On June 21st, 2025, at Fanatics Fest, New York City, a 34-year-old man named Cassius Clay stands backstage with CashNasty, and around him there's nothing but superstars in the world of sports. This was a star-studded event without a doubt, and here Cash will find himself being guided through a wave of people with no other than CashNasty. And then came a moment where Cash will realize that everything he's worked so hard for throughout his life had finally been accomplished.
Bron! What's up, boy? What up, bro? This is my boy. Cash, where you at? My boy CashNasty right here. He a big supporter. You're my brother right here.
How you doing, bro?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, bro.
What's up?
It's an honor to be here, bro.
Yeah, he know you.
But this moment didn't just happen overnight, because just 15 years earlier, CashNasty will find himself working at Walmart, fighting for shifts, living paycheck to paycheck, much like the average American. So how exactly did he get to this point of being one of the biggest influencers in the world and being widely known as a legend in many communities? Well, that's probably what you're here to figure out, but first, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the Trap House with the biggest trapper, and while you're at it, don't forget to click that very first link down below in my description to join my Discord server and become an official member of the community. Now, with all of that being said, let's get into how CashNasty went from Walmart to YouTube superstar. Okay, so to start, back on December 4th, 1990 in Vidalia, Louisiana, Cassius Clay, also known as CashNasty, was born. Growing up, Cash was a multi-sport athlete, playing both football and of course basketball, which he unfortunately didn't see much success in while in school. But luckily for him, outside of sports, he had another hobby, which was gaming. He claimed to always be the best gamer within his friend group, especially on games like Call of Duty and NBA 2K, both of which Cash was said to be a pure tryhard in.
Sitting in, you know, I challenged myself. I want like get 2 nukes today. You know, bro, I was really good at Call of Duty.
And what game was this?
This is
MW2?
Yeah, the 25 game, the 25 kill streak.
MW2. You were dropping nukes.
Yes.
No way.
Yes. And I used to be good at 2K2. You know, sometimes people come over, you know, college, and they'll like bet money on me to win.
To continue on, Cash graduated high school back in 2010, and despite a lot of online articles claiming that Cash didn't go to college, he did confirm various times that he actually did attend college for a brief time, which is where he met his best friend Malcolm. Also around this same time period, the next journey in Cash's life would start as he officially entered the workforce. He ended up landing a job at Walmart, and the thing about Cash was he seemed to be a tryhard at every aspect in life. Anything he did, he wanted to be the best at, and if you know Cash, then you know the one thing he's going to for sure do is pay them bills. So within just his first year of working at Walmart, he would end up becoming a department manager.
And then I applied for Walmart, went to Walmart. In a year, I moved up to a department manager. And then I was just so focused, like I want to be an assistant manager no matter what. And I exceed expectations on that. And I was just always hungry to go to the next level. And they gave me an opportunity, because you're not supposed to move up unless you got a degree.
Wow.
Word of mouth. I'll do what it takes. I don't care. Ooh, it was a worst decision I made, but I'm here though.
But once again, that wasn't enough for Cash, because this only made him hungry for more. He kept grinding and working hard, doing everything he was supposed to do and even more, because next he wanted to be promoted to the assistant manager, which he didn't really qualify to be, but he was still willing to put in any extra work he had to reach the position. But everything would start to change for Cash in 2013 when his ex-girlfriend known as Ash began making YouTube videos about candles. She quickly gained over 200 subscribers, which is something she was extremely proud of. And when she would start to show Cash some of these numbers, that's where everything began to click for him. That competitive fire that he had from all his years of gaming and playing sports began to ignite, and this is when Cash decided to turn this into more of a friendly competition, thinking that if she could get 200 subscribers, then he could definitely get more.
That's what everybody know my first girl, Ash. Shout out to Ash. You know.
Was she in a lot of your content early on?
Oh yeah, her. You know, man, bless her heart, man. We're just in the apartment, dog, and one day she was like, she wanted to upload some candles on YouTube. Yeah, like wanted to and I'm so competitive. I'm playing 2K. I'm like, cause she ended up I think one weekend she got like 200 subscribers or something like that.
That's actually pretty good for candles.
I mean, and back then,
Yeah.
Is insane.
So you know me being competitive, I'm like, man, I bet I can get more subscribers than you. You know,
You actually did that. You actually said that. You said, I'm gonna get more subs than you.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes. And then so I end up saying, you know what? I'm just gonna do gameplay.
On June 22nd, 2013, this is where he created his first ever YouTube channel named Whatchamacallin, where he decided to upload NBA 2K gameplay after being motivated by YouTubers at the time like Chris Smooth. When he first started, he didn't have a fancy multi-$1,000 setup. Instead, he had a TV, a video game console, and a low quality capture card that he probably bought from the Walmart that he worked at. At this point in his life, Cash was seriously grinding. He was working long shifts and then he would rush home to record and even stay up editing till 3 AM. He would do this consistently, and in 2014, around the time NBA 2K15 dropped, this is when CashNasty decided to go all in. He was doing pack openings and My Team challenges, even having some rage moments as well, and at the time, his energy was just completely different than what most people on YouTube was used to. He was loud, he was unfiltered, and most importantly, he was authentic. There was no faking or polishing his personality. Everything was just real and consistent, and with that came some pretty steady growth.
None of that. Give me all that. Eat all that up. Lurking is lurking. That boy popping that then shake that ass. Quit, nigga, quit. Quit, nigga, quit. Pop that and shake that ass.
Now, through all of this, Cash was still going through some hardship in his personal life as well, which resulted in him having to briefly live with a friend named Chris. And in the midst of this, he would meet someone named Trix, and this person would introduce Cash to something that would change everything.
I hit my homeboy up, Chris, man. I said, bro, like they putting so much on me, bro. Like, he said, bro, come out here to Lafayette, Louisiana, dog. You come stay with me. Shit. He let me come stay with him, and that's how I met a guy named Trix.
Okay.
So do y'all still stream on Twitch, right?
Yep.
You know that emoji, that black guy doing right here with the fro?
Oh yeah.
That's Trix.
No way. That's
He
crazy.
introduced me to streaming.
This is when Cash started streaming 2K on Twitch, and that completely exploded for him, launching him into being a top 5 if not top 3 streamer within the NBA 2K community. And in late 2016, when the bills were being paid and the viewers were rolling in, the former Walmart department manager had just hit 1 million subscribers, and at this point he had already won, beating the game very early. But for Cash, the journey itself was far from over, because as we all know, the bills never stop. In 2017, this is when Cash started networking a lot more and making a lot more connections, which led to him connecting with creators like LSK. Also around this time, people were showing Cash other YouTubers who were also up and coming in the 2K community, and this led to someone showing Cash a video by a creator named Jesser the Laser. And when Cash saw this video, he was really impressed with the editing and the quality of this kid's content, which eventually led to them two collaborating as well.
Some guys, they linked Jesser video to me. I don't think he was getting a lot of views, right? But I seen his creativeness. I seen how much editing he put in on video. It was different. It was out of the box. I reached out to him. I'm like, bro, I really like your content, bro. I remember we ended up playing 2K together. You know, we had like a little series of how me and Flight, do it. But it was more like the 2K realm, bro. And I met LSK at TwitchCon in Texas.
Now this era kept getting better for not only Cash but really the entire YouTube community, because this is where 1v1 basketball games amongst content creators became very popular on YouTube, and this was a genre of content where Cash and all of his friends really exceeded in, and they will all begin collabing and playing against each other, which leads us all to 2018, another very big year for Cash, where he joined a group called 2Hype. This was a YouTube collective that featured all basketball and 2K creators such as LSK, Jesser the Laser, and many other friends that Cash met along the way. Now, while most of the group lived in a content house together in LA, Cash had always hesitated to move to Los Angeles full time due to his own personal reasons. So he would simply just travel back and forth from Louisiana, making a lot of content whenever he was in the city.
They ended up getting a house, and I said, because I was always iffy about moving to LA, because I'm from down south, Christian background, excuse me.
What was it about LA that you were kind of hesitant on? What aspects of it?
City of Los Angeles.
Okay.
I ain't stupid now,
Yeah.
I know what's out here, man. It's easy to get what did I say?
Lost.
Lost out here. It really
sure.
is. It really is, bro.
And as I'm sure many of you know, the 2Hype content completely blew up. They were doing everything from basketball challenges to tournaments to 2K challenges, everything you can really think of. And this all led to the 2Hype channel hitting 1 million subscribers rather quickly. And for a while, things were going great within the group, up until some drama started to occur with one of the members, but we're not going to get too deep into that in this video because this is about the CashNasty story. But if you are interested in knowing the 2Hype story and all of the drama that came with it, there's already a video on my channel dedicated towards it, and it's actually my most popular video. I'll leave it linked down below. But speaking of drama, of course we can't continue the CashNasty story without mentioning the only big drama he's really had throughout his career, which was the beef with another popular YouTuber from the 2K community known as Soluminati.
Why don't you want to play me? You on Twitter, you talk about you 15 and no, you can't find no competition, you can't find nobody to go against. Meanwhile, I am sitting here making all these videos, getting over 100, 200 some thousand views, calling y'all out to play a 1v1, and you constantly ignore me. I don't want to be in your little circle. I don't give a f what you are doing. I don't care about none of the niggas you hang with. I just want to drop you off. I want to dunk on you. I want to expose you. You think you good, but you are playing against little kids. You are playing against randoms. Now I know it's all fun and games for the fans, but CashNasty, you are the first person with no hotspots in real life. What I'm trying to say is stop being on Twitter talking crazy, talking about you this, you that, you're 15, you 15 and no, and this and that. This is not about clout chasing. I don't want a shout out from you. I don't want to collab with you. I just want to dunk on you. I want to drop you off.
It all started with the growing popularity of the IRL basketball scene within the 2K community. Soluminati would constantly do his reactions and trash talk all of the other creators who were hooping at the time, claiming himself as the best hooper within the community. But the problem was he didn't really have much proof to back any of these claims up, which of course led to creators like LSK and CashNasty, some of the more popular basketball creators at the time, to start calling him out to 1v1s. And that eventually led to all of them going back and forth multiple times, trying to set up various 1v1s in different basketball games, which Soluminati would always duck. In fact, this entire thing got so heated throughout the course of the arguments that Cash even pulled up to Soluminati's city to play him in a 1v1, and so still didn't pull up.
It's about 2 o'clock right now. And I just want to say, my bad, okay? The guy pumped up this 1v1 on his channel as well. The time frame was there, the gym was there, okay? I was quiet the whole time. After he disrespected my girl by photoshopping a picture of him and my girl and tweeting it out, you know, I said, it's called being confrontation, be a man of your word, bro. You lied, you scammed us. All right, facts. You scammed us, dog.
Everybody in the fucking world know I was gonna win. You know what I'm saying? I understand y'all mad. Y'all mad because y'all want to see me play. I know. CashNasty need me. His 1v1s, his IRLs, he would never get no respect unless he play me. Y'all gonna keep clowning me. I understand. I know y'all mad. What y'all have to understand is the niggas that I was going with to play CashNasty, if I would have went to go play him, it's my decision that I didn't go play him. I didn't waste my money on no ticket. I don't give a fuck. Fuck Cash. I know he got 1 million subscribers, so y'all like, bro, the video would have got 1 million views. You should want to go play him. My nigga CashNasty, he's nothing to me.
Now, it was for good reason, because within Soluminati's mind, he thought that this whole thing was going to escalate outside of basketball and only more problems were going to come from it. So he decided that it was best if he just didn't show up at all. And after that moment, the beef between the two kind of died down. They didn't mention each other much anymore. So actually got a lot of hate within the community during the time. But the important part is, through all of the drama, the two of them still managed to prevail. Especially CashNasty. Over the years, he's definitely evolved as a creator, becoming known for much more than just 2K and basketball content. He's become a variety creator who's done everything from fitness content to cooking videos to challenges to, of course, reaction videos. And throughout all of this, even though his status is already solidified within the community, he's still continuing to grind and pay them bills and grow his audience each and every day. Nowadays, CashNasty has over 7 million subscribers between his 3 channels, with over 1 billion total views as well. He has an estimated net worth of $3 to $4 million, millionaires, so the bills are definitely being paid. And most importantly, he now also has a beautiful, healthy family. So at this point in life, it seemed like Cash had had it all. He went from being a Walmart employee that was living with his friend to becoming a multi-millionaire content creator with millions of fans all over the world. What more was there possibly left to accomplish? Well, there was actually one thing left. To understand what happens next, you need to know one thing. Much like myself, Cash has one GOAT, one person they'll support to the end of time, right or wrong, even if he does no wrong, and that person is no other than LeBron James. Cash's entire career has been intertwined with LeBron in some way, shape, or form, from reaction videos to opening extreme amounts of My Team packs in hopes of pulling LeBron James within 2K, to going to a lot of NBA games over the years in hopes of meeting him, even getting banned from NBA arenas trying to meet him. For Cash, this was all much deeper than content. This was a dream that he was trying to accomplish. From matching tattoos to blankets, doing everything he possibly could to get LeBron's attention. In April of 2023, the Memphis Grizzlies will play the Los Angeles Lakers, and Cash was actually invited to this game and even given backstage access after the game was over. And in a flash moment, he finally got what he lived his whole life for, a quick handshake from the GOAT himself, LeBron James, a moment that shook the world and went viral all over social media.
Let's go!
Bro, that just happened, bro. Oh, fuck, my heart shaking, bro. Oh. Look, that nigga, what the f?
Cash had finally met or at least had some sort of interaction with LeBron, and this is the closest that he probably thought he would ever get. But it's actually funny how life works because he ended up being completely wrong. You see, just 2 years later in June of 2025, Kai would explain to Cash that he was invited to an event in New York City called Fanatics Fest, and he was basically calling Cash to give him the opportunity to come along with him in hopes of having the one-on-one conversation with LeBron, a moment that he's been chasing his whole life.
I done met LeBron. I done met Curry. I say all this to say this right here. I grew up watching CashNasty, and I grew up watching Flight Reacts. Cash and Flight, let me go ahead and tell you, Cash and Flight, if I ever get an opportunity to stream with LBJ or Curry, you guys will be the first people I head up to be a part of that stream.
Now, obviously, this was a surreal moment for Cash. He didn't even know what to say. But one thing that I would say about Cash is that he's definitely a real friend, because even though Kai gave him this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, he originally said no, because he had already promised his friend Jezer that he was going to attend his basketball event instead. But everyone knew how big this moment was for not only Cash, but for the entire 2K community in general. It's been like a 10-year build-up to this point, and Jezer completely understood the situation and told Cash it was okay to go with Kai.
Hello?
Kai, you can book it, dog. I'm pulling up. I'm going.
What?
You can book it. It's in the work. I'm coming.
Shit.
I'm coming, Kai.
Shit.
It's happening.
Alright. So listen, here's what I'm gonna do. If you can, bro, just send me like flight info, and I'm gonna put you in my hotel, and then after we'll roll out together.
Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, this is gonna happen in it's not in LA.
No, it's in New York. Wait, where are you at right now?
Bro, I'm in LA.
Holy shit, it's in New York.
And this will happen Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday. Yo, Phantom. Hold on, I'm on the phone with Cash.
So Cash ended up accepting the invite, and all the way up until the moment, Cash was very anxious. He didn't know what to say. He didn't know how to approach him. He didn't know what to ask. It was all just a very nerve-wracking experience. And on June 21st, 2025, the surreal moment that the world has been waiting for finally happened. CashNasty had finally met LeBron James.
Cash, where you at? My boy CashNasty right here. He a big supporter. He's my brother right here.
How you doing,
Yeah, yeah.
bro? Nice to meet you, bro.
What's up?
It's an honor to be here, bro.
Long time coming, right?
Yeah, you see, he know you.
Tyler, what's up,
It's my
Walt?
boy Tyler.
Bro, pleasure to meet you.
Yes, sir.
Bro, have you ever seen one of my videos?
Yeah, for sure.
You seen the one we got kicked out? Dallas. I tried to get your attention, bro. Yeah, they backed me up, bro. I got banned out
Why they
Dallas.
back you up, bro?
Because I had a shirt on. I said, Bron, look at me. Yeah, they backed me up, bro. Real talk.
Now, I think that he was like so stunned and like starstruck at this entire moment that he didn't hear a word that was coming out of LeBron's mouth, because there was literally a point where LeBron dapped him up and said like, oh, it's been a long time coming. And it seemed like Cash didn't even notice that he had said it. Cash really didn't do too much talking. Tylil did all of the talking, which he ended up getting some hate for online. But all in all, it was a great moment for the both of them. And this was a super viral moment all over social media. LeBron even liked some posts about it as well. He took some pictures with Cash. He said bye to Cash too.
We got that.
In my opinion, this was just a great storybook ending to a great career on YouTube. Not that he's done or retiring anytime soon, because bills are always due. But at this point, he's basically accomplished everything there was to accomplish online. He definitely doesn't have anything left to prove. At this point, he could just continue creating the content that he loves to do, which he's been doing for a while now. And most importantly, just continue to pay them bills. And I want to close this whole thing off by saying that Cash didn't just build a social media career or a YouTube channel. What he actually ended up building was proof. You don't need all the fancy equipment, you don't need all the connections. All you need is a strong work ethic, consistency, and the refusal to quit when everyone doubts you. That's how a man went from working at Walmart to becoming a millionaire, living out every dream he could imagine. Through all of the hardships and drama, he still managed to make it happen. And if you work hard enough, no matter what your dream in life is, you can 100% accomplish yours too.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.